Hello everyone and welcome to the day 4 update for my Harvest Flay Lich. We have been going pretty hard at it. We have now defeated all of the Woven Echoes. We have all the passives now, and I'm gonna show some of the upgrades that I got. Let's start with the idols. I got my 9% idols, with some of them with crit. Ideally you want HP, so I'm working on those. And we switched to a damage bossing setup with Throne of Ambition. And yeah, the build is looking pretty good regarding that. As you can see, I got to 5,000 health. This is mainly because of the 3 LP Falcon Fist, the 2 LP Army of Skin, and that upgrade basically. We have now been founding a lot of red rings. Even I have a 2 LP red ring that I'm gonna be waiting to hopefully reroll, so you guys don't make fun of me for it being it min roll. And then I'll slam it with a double tier 7 and see what happens. We are also waiting for this 2 LP slam and this 2 LP slam that I've been farming a lot of basically double tier 7s for it, and stuff. So the plan is to eventually, we've been doing a lot of imprinting with this. I've been imprinting the red rings, I've been imprinting the boots, I've been imprinted the dagger. And you say, but Lizard, why are you imprinting this dagger with melee necrotic damage and stuff? Well, the reason we're imprinting this dagger is actually because we are gonna be, I also been gearing the mana setup. The mana setup is basically a mana setup that requires this a dagger like this with the primordial spell damage. This one could get slightly better still, so I'm gonna try to get it. That's why I'm imprinting it before I craft it. We're also using all the mana gear, which we have 3 LP, 2 LP, 2 LP. We have all the mana gear, double tier 7, tier 7, tier 7, tier 7, tier 7. We have all the mana, some of the mana idols already pretty good. And the idea is to switch to this build for the bossing of Uber Abaroth. Because, I mean, while the Harvest Lich, I think, can do it eventually with enough gear and stuff, it is a build that shines more when it comes to clear rather than, the bossing. So again, we're gonna switch to this setup for bossing most likely, unless I get stubborn and I just decide that I wanna do it on Harvest the first time because I wanna feel the entire journey, blah 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 blah. Which you guys know I sometimes do this kind of wonky builds over Abaroth stuff, so I might do it. Again, instead of blessing, the blessings have been getting slightly better, basically. We got our 99 cold damage. We also have, like I said, the 89 mana. So if we go for the mana setup, we will change this, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna talk a bit about my Weaver tree because a lot of people have been wondering what's the strats, what I've been doing. And I'm gonna talk also a bit about what timeline I've been farming and what I've been doing. So let's go into my main timeline that I've been farming. I've been farming at 500 corruption. There's no reason for me to go higher, especially now that we find out that the enemies are bugged and they're doing more damage than they should. We will see after the hotfix hits how much that is, right? How much damage are they doing? And basically this is where I started crafting my Woven Echoes. We started with a very common setup of Lost with Follies with False Temples, right? Very common. And you do this in order to build up your Ember. As you can see, I'm stacking a lot of Ember now. I got to go and do another purchase now. And, eventually we did a lot of Loose Folly Temple, a lot of Loose Folly Temple, a lot of Loose Folly Temple. And then I ended up switching to a cemetery setup with Unclaimed Rope, right? So I always did some cemeteries to claim the rewards around them. And then I do Lostwood Folly with Unclaimed Tropes. This is obviously this Woven Echo that allows you to proc the prophecy here on the lost catches, because there's a lot of lost caches, and obviously it's a bit more expensive to pull off because these are quite expensive on the vendor, but this is normally what you do. Then I have a bunch of Conquer Towers here for like Nemesis when I need to craft stuff for Nemesis, a few cemeteries again in case I need to craft more, and then I also did a setup here and some other place where I did a lot of Bloodline Glades and a lot of like this node, the Rampant Coast. A Rampant Coast is really good because it guarantees a Crystallized Heart. The Crystallized Hearts are the currency used for the, this thing. They're used to buy the dagger, which I buy a lot of daggers, trying to get a 2LP, trying to get a better one. Now this one that I have, I mean, the dexterity is pretty low, but everything else is pretty much max rolled, which is quite good. Especially the penetration gives a lot of damage, the haste, the movement speed. I'm basically zooming, and yeah. So for my Weaver tree, I've been trying to focus on the content that I'm doing. We reach a point where we are we can basically take all the very scary juicing stuff. So we have taken the enraged and the permanently enraged rare enemies, which also makes them very scary, but they drop additional loot. We have gotten Warden's Echo because we want to be getting the mountain chest without even going there, which I've got multiple of them already. I've also got the Purge Horizon set up just so, if I have a prophecy or something that requires me to kill the Shade of Orobis, I don't start going into fucking thousands of corruption by mistake, which I would. Then obviously the beasts are still on. Potentially while you're doing Woven Echoes, you want to inspect this because they're not, you want to keep the random ambush, but you gotta be careful because on Woven Echoes, the world beast seems to not appear or not appear as much. I need to get confirmation on exactly how everything works. All the knowledge is still a bit like, depending who you ask, you get a different answer, so I don't want to say anything before I get confirmation. Of course, all the imprints, of course, all the spiderlings, of course, the extra ember. And now I did this to unlock, obviously, to get a bigger chance to get my Rune Prison Complex, which I did. Now I have multiple of them. This allows you to craft experimental affixes and complete your Weaver points, 53 out of 53. And we're also having the Twinned Mage and the, like the champion appearance and like the champion spawn rate. And this is basically a way to giga juice your maps. You pop a mage, the mage can double and it can have champions with it. So it basically amplifying the number of crazy encounters that you have while mapping, which obviously enhances the amount of loot you have. Alternatively, if you're done with your beast, you could take down all your beast shit and put it into Nemesis, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much my tree at the moment, or the Weaver tree if you need a Weaver item, of course. Like if you're playing Bear and you need the amulet or whatever, keep that in mind. So yeah, I also want to take this small second to say, like, I apologize, this video is a bit late. My dad's getting surgery today. I spent all day with yesterday with him, having dinner with him and trying to cheer him up because he's a bit nervous with his back surgery. Again, he's gonna go in a couple hours. I'm not allowed to be there. That's why I'm doing this video, basically. So I'm gonna try to keep myself busy for the day, stream a bit, and hopefully, in a 6 hours or whatever the fuck it takes, my mom calls me and tells me everything is okay. And it's good that we have video games, to entertain ourselves and to have fun. So again, the season has been a bit messy, but I've been trying to, at the end of the day, it's just a game. I'm trying to keep positive. I'm trying to have fun with it. And I hope you guys do that too. So with that said, I hope you enjoy this update, and I'll see what happens on today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.